Welcome back to the Deep Dive. Great to have you with us.
Good to be here.
Today we're jumping into our Daily UPSC Current Affairs series. This is for September 15th, 2025, Part 1.
Mm-hmm.
It's our curated look at recent developments, the stuff that's, absolutely vital for your exam prep.
Right.
And for our regulars, you know the drill. Some topics might feel a bit like revision, perhaps building on things we've touched on before. It's all part of that continuous learning curve.
Exactly. And our mission here, it isn't just about listing headlines.
Mm-hmm.
We want to help you cut through the noise, connect those dots that might seem separate, and really grasp the bigger picture, the significance of these events for India.
Giving you that essential context. So let's dive straight in. First up, national security, and a big one. India's leap in defense self-reliance with the STAR missile. This isn't just another weapon, is it?
No, actually, it's quite the opposite. The supersonic target, or STAR missile, isn't designed to destroy anything at all. Yeah, it's indigenous, DRDO developed, but its job is simulation. It mimics realistic threats, like advanced supersonic anti-ship and cruise missiles, specifically for training our armed forces.
So it's like a high-tech sparring partner.
Precisely. It lets our forces practice against scenarios they might actually face, but, safely and repeatably.
That's fascinating. Developing something that's sophisticated just to be a target that must present its own unique engineering challenges.
Oh, absolutely. Think about it. You need precision for consistent simulation, safety mechanisms for recovery or detonation, and the versatility to mimic different attack patterns. It's very demanding.
And it seems they've achieved that versatility. You mentioned two variants.
That's right. There's the air-launched STAR. This one's carried by fighters like the LCA Tejas. It can simulate air-to-air, air-to-ground strikes, even mimic things like anti-radiation missiles or AUSCS roles.
Okay.
Then you have the ground-launched STAR. This one's truck-mounted, so it's highly mobile.
Right. Deployable anywhere.
Exactly. From shorelines, remote areas, no need for fixed, expensive infrastructure, very adaptable for Navy and Army drills.
And the technical specs are pretty impressive, too. Two-stage propulsion.
Yes. A solid booster for launch, and then a liquid fuel ramjet kicks in for sustained supersonic flight. We're talking speeds between Mach 1.8 and 2.5.
Wow. And the altitude range.
That's key, too. It operates anywhere from 100 meters, so just above the waves, sea skimming.
Like anti-ship missiles often do.
Precisely, all the way up to 10 kilometers, over 30,000 feet. And it covers a range from 55 to 175 kilometers. Highly maneuverable, plus safe recovery or detonation options. It really covers a huge range of potential attack scenarios.
So the takeaway here is that this kind of advanced training, using indigenous tech like STAR, directly boosts real-world readiness. Which brings us neatly to Ex-SIOM Prahar, doesn't it?
It does. The Indian Army recently conducted this exercise successfully in Arunachal Pradesh.
And my understanding is this wasn't just routine. It was significant for how modern warfare is evolving.
Very much so. This was a major field training exercise, and a key part, maybe the key part, was validating the use of drone technology in tactical operations.
Yeah.
Drones were used across the board. Persistent surveillance, battlefield recon, target acquisition, even precision strikes.
So really integrating them fully.
Exactly. The main goal was developing and testing new tactics, techniques, and procedures, TTPs, for future battlefields. It's about fusing that intelligence you get from drones with conventional firepower to make decisions much faster, linking the eyes in the sky directly to ground action.
So for you listening, the connection is clear. Indigenous innovation like STAR, combined with advanced, integrated exercises like SIOM Prahar, shows how India's defense is actively adapting and enhancing its combat effectiveness in very tangible ways.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's shift gears now. From defense to something equally vital, India's natural wealth. We'll look at both preserving ancient heritage and tackling modern ecological issues. First, a neat scientific breakthrough from the National Botanical Research Institute, or NBRI.
Ah, yes, NBRI.
They've managed to cultivate the exotic Eustoma flower. It's native to Mexico and America in Odisha. This follows their earlier success doing the same in Lucknow.
NBRI is a really important player. It's part of CSIR, based in Lucknow, a major multidisciplinary plant research center.
And it has quite a history, right? Started as the National Botanic Gardens.
That's right. CSIR took it over in '53, and it was renamed NBRI in '78. Over time, there's been a growing focus on applied research and development, meeting national needs in plant sciences.
And their mandate seems huge. Basic research on plant diversity, plant-environment interactions, biotech for improvement, finding new plant sources.
Developing germplasm repositories, especially for rare and endangered species. Disseminating knowledge, it's comprehensive.
Like a national library for plants, almost.
In a way, yes. And the infrastructure is significant. A 25-hectare botanic garden with about 5,000 documented species, both native and exotic.
Wow.
Plus a huge herbarium with over 253,000 reference collections. It's even recognized as a national repository under the Biological Diversity Act.
So cultivating Eustoma isn't just a scientific feat. It also points to exploring new agricultural or ornamental possibilities.
Exactly. It shows their role extends beyond just conservation to potentially boosting local economies and diversifying our plant resources.
That's a great link between science and application. Now, staying with unique natural heritage, but shifting from living species to geology. Some big news about Erra Matti Dibbalu.
Ah, the red sand dunes.
Yes, near Visakhapatnam in Andhra Pradesh. They've been included in the UNESCO tentative list of World Heritage Sites.
That's fantastic news. It's a truly unique site. We're talking rare, coastal, geomorphological features. These aren't just dunes. They're sand, silt, and clay mixes.
And that distinctive red color.
Comes from natural oxidation over thousands of years. Geologically, they're incredibly significant. They represent the late Quaternary period and actually show climate change effects in their sediment layers and drainage patterns, like reading a history book in the Earth itself.
It sounds visually stunning, too, with that badland topography, gullies, dunes, buried channels, and it's archaeologically important.
Yes, artifacts found there point to an upper Paleolithic horizon, maybe around 20,000 BC.
Incredible, and it's super rare globally, right? Only 2 other similar sites.
That's correct. One in Sri Lanka and the Terry Sands in Tamil Nadu. It was declared a National Geo-Heritage Monument back in 2016.
Okay, so UNESCO recognition is great, but does it bring new challenges like increased tourism pressure?
Unfortunately, yes, that's the double-edged sword. More recognition means more visitors, maybe more filming, all of which can put pressure on such a fragile, ancient landscape. It really highlights that tricky balance between showcasing heritage and protecting it.
A constant challenge. Now let's pivot from preserving ancient sites to active wildlife conservation. We're looking at the Gandhi Sagar Wildlife Sanctuary. There are plans to reintroduce a female cheetah there.
Right. Gandhi Sagar is in northwestern Madhya Pradesh on the border with Rajasthan. It's part of the Kathiawar dry deciduous forests ecoregion.
An important bird and biodiversity area, too, I believe.
Correct. And the Chambal River flows right through it, dividing it in two. Bringing cheetahs back is a major conservation statement for India, but it's a very complex undertaking. Requires meticulous habitat management.
And the sanctuary itself has more than just wildlife, doesn't it? Historical sites.
It does. Hinglajgarh Fort is there, plus various temples, even ancient rock paintings. Flora-wise, you've got trees like kher, salai, tendu, and fauna includes chinkara, nilgai, leopards, hyenas. It's a rich tapestry, ecologically and historically.
Now, sticking with wildlife, but a more, let's say, complicated issue, the brown trout.
Ah, yes, the brown trout.
The Kashmir Fisheries Department is planning to reintroduce it for game fishing. Sounds good for tourism, maybe, but there's a catch.
There's definitely a catch. This really raises questions about ecological trade-offs. The brown trout, Samotruta, it's a popular cold water game fish, no doubt.
Right.
But it's also listed as one of the world's worst invasive species when it's outside its native range.
Okay, invasive, where is it native to?
Its natural range is huge, from the Arctic down to North Africa and west-east from Iceland across to the Aral Sea tributaries. It was actually the British who introduced it to Kashmir way back in 1900.
So the dilemma is clear. Popular game fish, potential tourism boost, versus invasive species that could harm the local ecosystem.
Exactly. It could outcompete native fish species, disrupt the food web.
Yeah.
These are serious concerns. We've seen it happen elsewhere.
So what would need to happen in Kashmir to manage that risk if they go ahead?
Yeah.
Strict controls.
You'd need incredibly strict monitoring, maybe confining stocking to very specific, possibly isolated water bodies. Comprehensive environmental impact assessments are crucial, really weighing the potential economic benefits against the long-term health of those delicate Himalayan aquatic ecosystems. It's a classic conservation tightrope walk.
Understanding these nuances, the science, the conservation challenges, the tough decisions, it's all key to grasping India's environmental journey.
Absolutely.
All right, moving on from the natural world to national development and governance. Let's talk about boosting connectivity and rural welfare. First, a huge infrastructure project. The Bairabi Sairang rail line.
A landmark achievement.
The Prime Minister inaugurated Mizoram's first ever railway line. It directly links Aizawl, the state capital, to the national network.
This is massive for Mizoram in the northeast. Aizawl becomes the fourth state capital in the region connected by rail, after Guwahati, Agartala, and Itanagar.
And building it sounds like an epic feat of engineering.
Oh, absolutely. It's 51.38 kilometers through incredibly tough, hilly terrain, require building 48 tunnels
48?
and 142 bridges, including one, Bridge No. 196, that's 104 meters tall.
Taller than the Qutub Minar.
Taller than the Qutub Minar, it's the second highest pier bridge in Indian railways, and trains can run up to 100 km/h on this line.
Incredible. What kind of specific challenges do they overcome, and what's the wider impact beyond just travel time?
Well, challenges included dealing with complex geology, seismic risks, steep gradients, requiring advanced tunneling and bridge design. The impact is huge. Easier movement of goods, better access for people, boosting trade, tourism, strategic connectivity. It really integrates the region more deeply into the national fabric.
A powerful symbol of development, reaching remote areas. Now let's look at rural welfare, specifically water conservation through Mission Amrit Sarovar.
Yes, making real progress there.
The news is over 68,000 ponds have now been created under this mission. That's a huge number.
It really is. Launched back in April 2022, the goal was constructing or rejuvenating 75 Amrit Sarovar's ponds in each district as part of Azadi Ka Amrit Mahotsav. It's a direct response to the rural water crisis.
And these aren't just any ponds, are they? There's a specific design.
Right. Each one aims for a minimum area of 1 acre, holding about 10,000 cubic meters of water, typically surrounded by trees like neem and peepal.
What's fascinating is the multi-purpose angle. It's not just water storage.
No, far from it. It's designed for livelihood generation, think irrigation, fisheries, maybe even small-scale water tourism. Plus, they become community hubs, social gathering points.
A real whole-of-government effort, too, involving multiple ministries.
Yes, rural development, Jal Shakti, culture, Panchayati Raj, environment, all collaborating. And importantly, special Gram Sabhas approved the sites, ensuring local buy-in.
And technology plays a role in tracking.
BaiZayan is the technical partner, using a portal and app to monitor progress. It's about climate resilience and empowering local governance bottom up.
That's impressive. And technology is also directly aiding farmers through the AI-based weather forecasting program.
This is quite cutting edge.
The Agriculture Ministry launched AI-based monsoon forecasts via SMS using the Nkizan portal, reaching nearly 3.8 crore farmers across 13 states.
It's really the first time AI weather forecasts have been disseminated in such a targeted way to farmers at this scale. And it proved effective. It correctly flagged a 20-day pause in the monsoon this year, giving farmers crucial weekly updates.
What AI models are they using?
It's a blend, using Google's Neural GCM and the European Center's AI Forecasting Systems, AIFS.
The significance here is huge, right? Getting tailored, easy-to-understand forecasts helps farmers make critical decisions about planting, pests, accessing schemes.
Absolutely. It's democratizing vital information, putting advanced AI tools directly into the hands of farmers to build resilience, especially with unpredictable weather patterns.
So infrastructure, government schemes, technology, all converging to boost rural development.
Precisely.
Okay, final section for today. Let's dive into the financial markets, specifically looking at certificates of deposit, or CDs.
CDs.
There's been news about a sharp fall in banks issuing CDs recently, making mutual funds look elsewhere in the money market. So first off, what exactly is a CD?
Okay, so a certificate of deposit is basically a fixed income instrument. It's regulated by the RBI, issued in DMAT form. Think of it as you lending money to the bank for a fixed period, and they agree to pay you a certain interest rate. They're typically short-term.
And why the recent fall in issuance? Banks finding funds cheaper elsewhere, perhaps?
That could be part of it. Or maybe mutual funds aren't finding the returns on CDs as attractive compared to other short-term options right now, given the market dynamic.
Got it. Let's unpack the features. Minimum deposit is Rs 1 lakh.
Yes, 1 lakh or multiples of that. And they can be issued by scheduled commercial banks and all India financial institutions.
But not cooperative banks or RRBs.
Correct. Those aren't eligible to issue CDs. Investors can be individuals, companies, even NRIs, though. For NRIs, it's on a non-repatriable basis only.
Okay. And maturity periods, you said short-term.
Generally, yes. For commercial banks, it's anywhere from 7 days up to 1 year. For other financial institutions, it can be longer, typically 1 to 3 years.
What makes them attractive? Higher interest than savings accounts?
Often, yes. That's a key draw. Plus, because they're dematerialized, they can be transferred fairly easily, which adds liquidity. and there's no lock-in period.
But there are limitations too, right? Can't use them as collateral.
That's a crucial point. No, they can't be used as collateral for loans. And banks are also barred from buying back their own CDs before maturity.
And they're taxable. Can they be traded publicly?
Fully taxable under the Income Tax Act, and no, they aren't traded on public exchanges like stocks. So they're a stable, relatively liquid instrument, but with specific constraints.
So for you listening, understanding CDs helps grasp the dynamics of the money market, how banks manage short-term funds, and how RBI policies influence these instruments.
Exactly. It's part of understanding the broader financial ecosystem.
Phew, we've certainly covered a lot today. From defense tech like STAR and exercises like Ex-SIOM Prahar,
To geological wonders like Erra Matti Dibbalu and conservation challenges with the brown trout.
and infrastructure like the Bairabi Sairang line, rural schemes like Amrit Sarovar, AI for farmers.
And finally, financial instruments like CDs. It's quite a sweep.
It really is.
And if you sort of zoom out, you see these threads connecting. India's push for self-reliance, the focus on sustainable growth, using technology for societal good. It shows how scientific research, government policy, economic shift are all interconnected, all shaping the national story.
Which leads to a really important question for you to think about as you prepare. We've seen diverse advancements today in defense, environment, infrastructure, finance. How does India ensure these aren't just successes in silos? How can they be strategically woven together to build a future that's truly resilient and equitable for everyone?
That's the key challenge, isn't it? Integration.
Definitely something to ponder. We hope you found these insights valuable for your UPSC journey and just for staying informed.
Yeah, hope it was useful.
If you did find this deep dive helpful, please do give us a like and subscribe to the channel for more explorations like this. We'll be back soon.